You got to hear this. You got to see this. This is from an actual event that Biden had on Monday. Listen.
I would like to know, what will your administration do to help them give him that chance? Thank you.
Move it up here. You know, there used to be a basic bargain in this country. Workers shared in the wealth their work helped create.
I'm not kidding you here. There's no way you'd go into the voting booth and say, that's my guy. There's no way. Yet there were thousands of people in Winston-Salem yesterday. There were people, lining the streets of Jupiter, Florida. Did you hear the crowd chanting? How about the crowd chants? The president, I don't know that I've ever seen this of any president or presidential candidate. Here was the crowd last night in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. But meanwhile, there's Joe Biden reading from a teleprompter in the basement of his home in Delaware. Reading answers from a teleprompter and sounding like something seriously wrong. And considering the fact that he didn't go anywhere yesterday, the day after Labor Day, the Super Bowl stretch for politics, these guys ought to be out on the campaign trail. He won't leave his house. Donald Trump Jr. was on Sean Hannity's show last night on Fox News and said something that, well, I think we're probably all feeling in our hearts and our heads. We're thinking it. Maybe it feels rude or cruel to say it out loud, but it seems to me that Don Jr. had a perfect assessment last night.
Joe Biden, who can't remember where he is 50% of the time, is the best they've got, Sean. Honestly, it would be sad if it wasn't so scary for our country. What's going on in that campaign, the inability to articulate a thought, the inability to do events 2 days in a row without having to go back into his basement burrow and hide. And I don't mean to make light of cognitive decline, as his stenographer has pointed out, and as so many other people have pointed out. All you have to do is go back and look at a tape of him in the Senate 20 years ago and realize it's not the same guy.
Joe Rogan has a hugely popular podcast. Joe Rogan even talked about the metaphor. Which clip is that, guys? What clip is Rogan here? You got to hear this. And a whole bunch of young people, a whole lot of young people are watching and paying attention. Here's Joe Rogan on his podcast this week.
Biden, to me, is like having a flashlight with a dying battery and going for a long hike in the woods. It is not going to work out. It's not going to make it.
Not going to work out. It's not going to make it. Welcome in. It's Wednesday. As I enjoy saying, I like our chances. Don't you? It's September the 9th. 2020 in the ReliefFactor.com studios. Our number for you to join us is 1-800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453.